My friends, today we heard the story of the beheading of John the Baptist. Although today is not the feast of John the Baptist, but the gospel reminds us and teaches us that as Christians we are called to give our lives for others just as John the Baptist. Both the prophets, in both the readings, John the Baptist and Jeremiah in the first reading, were free from all external forces. Nothing bothered them. Both were clear what they were doing. John the Baptist was clear in his life and had a clarity of mind that he must decrease and Christ must increase. But in contrast, the King Herod was not free. He was preoccupied and was controlled by the external forces. He was controlled by the power, the fame, and the people. I'd like to share the three attitudes today we find in the gospel. The first one is corruption. And this attitude is demonstrated by the King Herod. King Herod lived a corrupt life. Initially, the King Herod knew that John the Baptist was a prophet. He knew and he listened to him, and he also protected him until when he heard John accused him of adultery. And this led hated John the Baptist. And hatred is the second attitude that we find in today's gospel. This attitude is not demonstrated by the King Herod, but also by Herodias, the wife of his brother. The gospel tells us that Herodias hated John the Baptist because John the Baptist spoke with clarity of mind. We know that hatred is capable of doing anything, so Herodias plotted the beheading of John the Baptist. The first attitude, as we saw, is corruption. The second attitude is hatred. And the third one is vanity. And this attitude is demonstrated by the young woman, the young dancer, the Herodias' daughter, which her dancing pleased King Herod, and he promised her to ask anything that you desire. So my friends, the corruption of the King Herod, the hatred in the woman, the Herodias, and the vanity in the young woman, within this context, the John the Baptist was beheaded in the prison. All these characters, the King Herod, Herodias, and the young woman, were not free in their life. They were preoccupied with power, titles, and fame. Likewise, we too are controlled by many things in our life. We too are controlled by power, titles, and fears. As a result, we lack freedom in our lives. We might fear judgment or loss of love. Such fears controls our actions, our behavior, and prevents us to live our true self. From today's reading, both the prophets teaches us to be free from all fears. Both the prophets, John the Baptist and Jeremiah in the first reading, were free from all external forces, and they were led by the Spirit of God. So my friends, let us ask ourselves, where in my life do I experience lack of freedom? Where in my life do I experience lack of freedom? And how does it controls me? And lastly, what is God asking me or inviting me to do today? Amen.